questions 11 through 20 on the 2011 Grade 8 Gauss Math Contest. Which of the following expressions is equal to 5? Well, let's go through each of these. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 squared would be 36. 3 plus 2 squared would be 3 plus 4, which is 7. 2 to the power of 3 is 8, minus 1 is 7. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. And E is going to be 25. So the answer, of course, is choice D for number 11. Nick charges $7 for travel costs and then $10 per hour for babysitting. Which expression always represents the number of dollars that Nick charges for Y hours of babysitting? Well, there's a flat rate of $7 that never changes, and then $10 times the hours that he works. So 7 plus 10Y. And of all the answer choices, the one that matches that is choice A. Caleb's window measures 50 by 80 centimeters. Which of the following measurements would give an area that is exactly double the area of his window? Well, first let's figure out what is the area. 50 times 80, and that is 4,000. So we are looking for exactly double of that. So we are trying to figure out which of the answer choices equals 8,000. And if you go through the answer choices one by one, you will find that the one that equals 8,000 is 50 times 160, and that is choice C. March 3rd, 2009, or 339, was called a square root day because the day and the month are both the square root of the last 2 digits of the year. The number of square root days between January 1st, 2012 and December 31st, 2099 is, well, 339, that is the one that they give you as an example. And we have to figure out how many similar types of days are there between this range. All right, well, let's just go by the numbers. 4, 4, and then the square root of that is 16. Then we have 5, 5, square of 5 is 25. 6, 6, square of 6 is 36. 7, 7, square of 7 is 49. Then you have 8, square of that is 64. And then 9, and the square of that is 81. And I think that's it, right? Because it's got to be single digits. So that gives me 6 days that match this pattern of being a square root day. So number 14, the answer is E. In the diagram, AE and BD are straight lines that intersect at C. If BD is equal to 16 and AB is equal to 9, CE is 5, then DE is 3, the length of AC is. Okay, so we got to match all this up. BD, the whole length from there to there is 16. Okay, AB is 9, CE, this little guy, is 5, and DE is 3. Okay, well, first of all, this tiny little Pythagorean triangle, because that's a right angle, that's 3, 4, 5, right? I mean, most of you know that. Even if you didn't, you can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out what is CD, and that will, of course, give you a value of 4. Then they tell me that BD is 16. So from there to there is 16. But from here to here is 4, so that means BC must be 12. And finally, AC is this guy right here. I can use Pythagoras once again. AC squared will be 9 squared will be equal to 9 squared plus 12 squared. And that's 81 plus 144. And that is equal to 225 for AC squared. So therefore, if you take the square root, AC will be equal to 15. And therefore, number 15, the answer is 15, and that is choice C. Beatrix is twice the height of Violet, and Violet is 2/3 the height of Georgia. What fraction of Georgia's height is Beatrix's height? So B is equal to 2V, and V is equal to 2/3 G. So I guess I'll substitute this into there, and that would give me 2 times 2/3 G, and that would be 4/3 G. So B is 4/3 of G in terms of their heights. So number 16, the answer is C. If x is a number between 0 and 1, which of the following represents the smallest value? I always like to use an actual number, makes it less abstract. And here we go. So x is just 0.5, x squared. 0.5 times 0.5, 0.25. 2x, if x is 0.5, would be 1. Root x, about 0.7 approximately. And 1 over x is 2, using that. Well, obviously, the smallest of these is this guy right here. So that would be choice B for number 17. Squares ABCD and EFGH are equal in area. Vertices BECH lie on the same straight line. Diagonal AC is extended to J. The midpoint of GH, the fraction of the two small squares that is shaded is. All right. Well, let's give these some areas. Makes it a little bit easier, I think. So let's say the square has a total area of 16. This first square is pretty obvious, been chopped in half. So that's 8 and that's 8. This next one, not as obvious, but not difficult. This point that J is the midpoint of GH, that's very helpful because that means we can cut this in half like that and then again in half like this. And then once you do, you'll notice that I basically have divided the square into 4 regions of equal area. So if the total area is 16, that's 4, that's 4, that's 4. This is also 4, but that 4 has been chopped in half. So that means that's 2 and that's 2. And that's basically how you would approach this question. So the area of the shaded region, AS, is this 8 plus this 2, which is 10, divided by the total area of the two squares, which would be 16 times 2, which is 32. So in real lowest terms, that's 5 over 16. And therefore, number 18, the answer is D. How many positive integers less than 400 can be created using only the digits 1, 2, or 3 with repetition of digits allowed? So let's first talk about a single digit number, then a double digit number, and then a triple digit number. For the single digit numbers, how many choices do we have? Well, we only have 3 choices, either a 1, a 2, or a 3. So we got 3. For double digit, for the first digit, we have 3 choices, either a 1, 2, or 3. For the second digit, we have again 3 choices, either a 1, 2, or 3. So that gives me a total of 9, 3 times 3. For the triple digit number, in a very similar way, we have 3 choices for the first digit, 3 choices for the second digit, and 3 choices for the third digit. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So to get the total, we take this 3, add it to this 9, and add it to this 27, and if you do that, you get 39. So number 19, the answer is D. The heights of 12 boys and 10 girls in a class are recorded. The average height of all the 22 students in the class is 103. If the average height of the boys is 108, then the average height of the girls is 12x plus, well, since it's boys, let's just use B. It doesn't really matter, but 12b plus is 10, right? 10g divided by 22 is 103. So that's something they give me in the question. Another thing they tell me is that the average height of the boys is 108. So that basically means that B is 108. So 12 times 108 plus 10 times G, which is the average height of the girls, divided by 22 is 103. So this is going to help me solve for G. So 12 times 108 is 1296, 10G. 103 times 22 is 2266. So 10G 2266 minus 1296. 10G is equal to 970, and therefore G is equal to 97. So the average height of the girls is 97, and that means 20. The answer is B.